Muthead.com. Welcome back to Zane's Corner. This week on the show, we're going to tackle how to try to establish a run game out of the shotgun against the Big Dime 146. Now, we all know the Big Dime 146, very popular formation this year, especially against shotgun users. If you put three receivers on the field, one tight end, one running back, you're bound and determined against most players who play this game even somewhat seriously to see this defense. The Big Dime 146, DB Sting 2 Buzz, with the 7-man pressure. Now, you would think 7-man pressure just dot it up, right? And yes, absolutely, try to dot it up. But there is a reason all the top players out there are running this particular defense, and that is because it is so difficult to establish the run on this. For some reason, they just do not block that outside linebacker. You could try all kinds of runs. You can run traps. They're good, but they could be inconsistent. You could try the inside zone, which you just saw right there. That outside backer is going to pour into the backfield nearly every single time. You could try outside zones, but they block shed you. It's just very difficult to get run games going against this because it just really struggles to block it. Now, where it does succeed is these outside zone jet touch passes. So what you want to do with the shotgun run game, and we're in the spread playbook, is you really want to spam this run. If they want to stack 7 guys across the line against you, you need to be willing to run the jet touch pass play, because what you're going to end up with is blocking downfield. I mean, you can see how this works. You make one juke on a safety, you can end up taking this to the crib. So this is a run scheme that is technically a pass play. So the credit's going to go to your quarterback, even though it's a running back or a receiver taking the touch pass and the offensive line doing all the work. But this is a great run to keep your opponents honest. So what I typically will do when I'm facing somebody who runs nothing but this formation is I will call these jet touch passes until they get out of this call, because what they're going to end up having to do with this is make a user play. And yes, there are good players out there that will be able to make this user tackle. If they know it's coming, that can be problematic for you. But what it will also do is it will put them in a spot where maybe they start thinking, okay, I don't want to leave 7 across because they're getting blocked very easily here, and it's putting my back row in a spot where they have to make the play. So if my safety doesn't get out there and make a play, I'm in trouble. Now, this is where this tip takes the next step. I'm doing this without a ball carrier ability on purpose. I'm just using Tyreek Hill, who's one of the fastest players in the game. But imagine this if you were to use a halfback slot package. You guys are all thinking from a MUT standpoint. You know, if you were to go ahead and put, your running back that has the jukebox there, you're talking about a one-on-one with a safety and a cover 2 defense. There's one guy to beat at that point. You slap a jukebox on him, make him miss, he's gone. Especially if they're one of those players that like to play right now. Currently, some of the top safeties in the game are the Calvin Johnson MUT item. That's not an enforcer. Would I recommend trying to juke through an enforcer like Tillman? Probably not. But chances are, if you could run this at a Megatron, or let's say even the Ed Reed that just came out, you're going to have better success with establishing the run game out of this. And what that's going to do is that's going to get them in spots where they stop stacking the box. So once you notice that they stop putting this guy over here on this hip, now all of a sudden your inside zone back to the other side becomes more viable, because you don't have to worry about that outside linebacker not being blocked. So boom, you go ahead and hit your inside zone up the middle. You try to make a move, a little juke, pick up big yardage. So this is all about establishing your philosophy. This tip isn't intended to be, hey, this is a one-play touchdown every time. This is a tip that's more about, hey, how do you take control back of the offensive line with your scheme, as opposed to them just stacking 7 across. Now, of course, you're going to face people that are going to be unapologetic. They're just going to stack the box like you see right here, and they're going to send everyone. I mean, that is definitely a strategy. I mean, we've all been there where you try to block this, and it's just very tough. So your quick pass game has to be on par. If it's not, you're going to be in a bad spot. So make sure you guys are using your pop passes to your tight ends off the line, especially if they're not moving their safeties down. You recognize that. You use your slot hitches. Make them adjust to you. If you're facing that stock DB Fire 2 blitz, you can throw the ball on them. It's really the adjusters that are going to be tougher to beat, because those are the types that are going to set up their defense, and then they're going to say, okay, you threw a hitch on that last down. Let's just go ahead and man up this side. I'll take the tight end off the line. Maybe they play man coverage on the outside, and then they just have a blitz that is playing the tight end. So, you have to pay in and start to key in on how they're playing it. Are they actually running it as a zone, or are they just playing man and hoping that you block the running back? If they're hoping that you block the running back, you have to start, audibling into pass plays that are going to send players to different areas of the field. You can't have a spot where, say, the user is responsible for the tight end, but they're also looking for the running back. So, if they're going to play the tight end, you have to understand that it might be a better spot here if you want to throw, to just go ahead and realize that, you know what, I'm not going to block this. They're sending 7. Let me go ahead and send 5 out and try to find the open guy. Because if you do that, you can get your player into some space, make a guy miss. You can turn a simple flare route into a one-play score in the pass game as well. But as you guys know, great adjusters don't give you the same look twice. So I wanted to at least give you guys that ability to at least take back your line of scrimmage with this jet touch pass. So again, you start to see them stack like that, ditch your inside zones, your traps, your counters, your base calls, all those, because they do get block shotted. That's just the truth. Go with the jet touch pass. There are jet touch passes in nearly every single offensive playbook. You're going to want players in this spot right here with a ball carrier ability, whether it's jukebox, arm bar, spin specialist. You could use the halfback slot package, because I know there's not wide receivers right now that have, the arm bar ability. But, you can imagine getting the ball to Jim Brown on this run, or the new Okoye if I had better run stick, and, bashing A to get those arm bar abilities, or using the jukebox to get to that next level. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, or suggestions for next week's video, we're trying to make sure that we're sticking to pain points here on Zan's Corner. Last week we did a great video on 2 simple tips to improve any run defense, whether you're a 3-4 guy or a 4-3 guy. So if you enjoyed that video, or you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch it. So we're always looking for these little pain points. I know the Big Dime 146 is pretty rampant right now, so that's why I wanted to do this video. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week on Zan's Corner, and I'll talk to you guys later. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.